Yo, 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 live on location. Me and the blackest one here in Orlando. We got a very special guest, man. We got NBA royalty right now.
No,
All-star,
from the Lou.
all-star. Straight, oh yeah, we got Mr. St. Louis, straight out of St. Louis in the building. This is Mr. St. Louis, all-star extraordinaire, all NBA too. Mr. Bradley Beal in the building with us, man. We appreciate you coming through big time.
Right, fellas, I appreciate y'all having me. D Miles, you know it's a pleasure. We got to represent tonight.
Yeah. Jordan Brand representing the building too. Jordan Brand representing. I see you, big stepper.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You already know I'm hyped for this one, bro.
Already know.
I've been waiting to get you in person, but I couldn't wait no longer, man.
Brought to you by Thigh Stop.
First question we ask everybody is, when you first got to the league, who was the first person to bust your ass?
Oh, that's easy. My first welcome to the league was LeBron, D. Wade, and Chris Bosh in that Miami Heat team.
Yeah,
it was the preseason game, but I still considered it as my welcome. You feel me? So we played in Kansas City. So, you know, that's a home trip for us. That's right down
in Missouri.
Yeah, I coming down.
You feel me? So I had the whole fam there. I'm looking in the stands. I'm like, okay, we in here. When I say I couldn't get nothing going, D Wade, I'm reading the scouting report. Scouting report says, stay down on pump fakes. First thing he do, spin, pump fake, right into my ribs. And I said, okay, yeah, this is, you gotta lock in. You got a long way to go.
This is a different level right here.
They were stealing the ball, throwing lobs left and right. And I'm like, okay, yeah, this is real. So that was my welcome. It was my first time stepping on the floor was my welcome to the league and that Miami Heat team.
Man, you got that big preseason action with the big
crazy.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
It's St. Louis, Missouri, the crib. You know I know about St. Louis, Missouri. All the dogs come from St. Louis, Missouri.
I thought you was from East St. Louis, Illinois, though.
We all the same gang. Don't worry about it. We all the same gang.
Don't worry about it.
Blasphemous now.
If you from down there, you would know about it. You know what I'm saying? Because the hoop is on both sides of the water now. But St. Louis, Missouri, you know, you came up in St. Louis, Missouri. Who were some of the guys that you seen coming up that you wanted, that inspired you, that you wanted to be like?
Oh, you already know you in there. That's automatic. You set the tone for young cats because you came out of high school on top of that. And just the hype that you had and what you took off with it. Like the city was behind you. And nobody had a following like you had in high school on to the league. And I can say that from me, Jason, everybody. We had packed out gyms, but I don't know if our following was like yours.
Yeah.
Right? Larry, although I didn't watch a lot of Larry.
You remind me so much of Larry. And
Jimmy McKinney. He was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know about Jimmy. I feel like Jimmy should have made it to the league.
He definitely should have. I think he chose the wrong school.
100%.
That's key.
Man, it was a lot, man, because I think St. Louis got so much talent. I mean, this could be like anywhere. This could be like from Chicago. Like there's so much talent.
So much talent.
That you think should make it, and there's so many guys that you think are nice.
Yeah.
Don't end up making it, end up choosing the wrong route, wrong school, whatever the case may be. Like, I grew up with my older brother was one of my favorite players.
Yeah.
Like, and he went to my rival school, and they were all white kids, just like my school, and he was getting money. But they competed against the V. They used to battle the V, and I'm like, okay, well, if they battling this team who got a team full of pros with Dwayne Pope, Jimmy, and all these cats, I'm like, okay, well.
They win the state every year.
They win the state every year. So I'm like, okay, it's a lot of talent here. And it's so much. Everybody got a different game.
I know with you coming out, like, what made you choose Chaminade? Like, out of all the schools, because it's like a lot of basketball. You got Cardinal Ritter, you got Vashon, you got, you know what I'm saying? Everybody trying to get the best players. And what made you choose Chaminade out of all the schools you could have chose from?
So I grew up in Veneta Park, which is U City, Normandy district. Yeah. So my mom taught at U City. She was the AD, basketball coach, volleyball coach, everything. And so for me, my older brothers ended up going to Vianney, which was a private school out in Kirkwood. Yeah. And so my options was go to U City or Normandy, or even Rittner. Like I lived on the border of all three schools, right? Or I can go to Chaminade. I knew I didn't want to go to my brother's school because I just hated how they ran everything. And I'm like, I just can't be out here. But I rocked with the rival school. And when I was younger, you know, my mom was a school teacher, so school was important. Yeah. And she was like, well, if this school is going to challenge you, that's far more important than the sports. Like the sports going to take care of themselves. I'm going to push you with that because mom's taught me how to hoop. Right. So she was going to be on my grill regardless. Like she was school teacher and then my hoop coach. So I couldn't shake her. You know what I'm saying? So it ended up coming down. I ended up making a decision. So when I was in 6th grade, I'm like, you know what? I can either go with all my friends who I grew up with since preschool, kindergarten, grew up playing Little League football, basketball with, you know, I can transition into middle school with them and then go to high school with them and just create that bond, or I can just create my own journey and challenge myself in other areas of life that I may not even know that I'm prepared for, right? And so I did that in 6th grade. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to this all-boys school and see how it is, fight through some adversity because I know it's going to be tough. First thing I learned when I get there, the grading scale is different. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like public or private school, 100 to 93 is an A. So I'm like, dang, if I get a 92, I don't get an A. Like that's a B. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, it's a whole different challenge and mindset. So I'm like, okay, this is what I need. And then the athletics just took care of themselves.
When did your mom put the ball in your hand? Was it just as far as you can remember, or when did you like really start taking the game from her?
So when I grew up, football was my favorite sport, right? I got 4 brothers. It's 5 of us in total. So I had 2 older, 2 younger. I'm smack dead in the middle, right? And so every last one of my brothers play on the line. They all linemen. So they all 300 pounds, 285, and here I am, shit, buck.
Oh, they was waxing you in the crib. You can say
that. Right. So I'm light at the crib, and football was my favorite sport. And honestly, still to this day, I love football. Right.
I love football too.
It just came about. I think I was 6 years old. Right. So I started playing organized football at 7. And I ended up playing basketball, I remember, before football. Right. And so I would say when I was 6, but I really started taking it seriously right in middle school, probably my 8th grade year, 8th grade going into 9th grade. And then my mom and she literally had an agreement with me. So my 2 older brothers went D1, right? One went to Northern Illinois for football. The other one went to Alabama State for football. So I'm next in line. She says, this is what we're going to do. Whoever recruits you first, basketball or football, that's what we're sticking with. We ain't going, because my brothers and them went through a crazy transition. We never went through the recruiting process. So when she went through it with them, she's seen how coaches were. She's seen how manipulative they can be. You know what I'm saying? She's seen kind of how shady it was. So she's like, I'm dedicating you to one side. She thought my oldest brother was going to go basketball, but he went football. So my 9th grade year, after a team camp in University of Kansas, right? I'm a freshman. Varsity coach decides to bring me up. I go up there and I'm averaging 25 as a freshman. Right. I get home. It's like a 3-day camp. We ended up winning the championship and all that. I get home. Coach Self calls me and says, I'm offering you a scholarship. And I'm a freshman. So I'm like, oh, I'm committing. I'm committing right now. So like I'm gassed up. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, it's over with. Like, Kansas, what? Like, I'm good. So, but ever since that moment, my mom said, that's it. We focusing on hoops. Like, I know you love football, but we focusing on hoops. And ever since then, my 9th grade year.
Just
to rock in St. Louis, because I know when you the man in St. Louis, like teams are prepared for you. Like teams are coming, double teaming, all that stuff. They'll hold the ball. It's a lot of tricks of the trade.
Hold the ball.
We hold
Yeah,
the
no
ball.
shot clock.
I'm talking about no shot clock. They holding the ball. I'm talking about score at the end of the game might be 45 to 43.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Or it might be 39 to 36. It'd be low games because they'll hold the ball on you. And that's what'll mess up kind of your scoring average and all that stuff. But like playing in there and starting to get the hype, starting to come up, get to the point you average 30, because you was in the era where we seen AAU teams on ESPN. I thought that was
That's the first time I seen him
ever. I was watching you on ESPN. I'm like, he on ESPN?
And he told me to look at it was you and who else? Ben. Was it Ben McLemore?
I think Ben was on the squad. Yeah, Ben was on the squad too.
Yeah, and I remember him, you and Bird calling me like, man, you gotta watch these two young boys from the crib. And that was the first time I seen you play was on ESPN. I'm like, yeah, it's definitely in that era.
My era was crazy. Like I feel like my era was for one, my 17th year was the first year that EYBL started.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were like the grassroots of all that. And so my year was crazy. Me, Anthony Davis, Gilchrist, oh man, who else? Austin Rivers. Like our class was loaded with talent. And so plus we had talent on our team. We had Ben, right? We had Shaq, we had Roosevelt. Like we had a bunch of D1 guys, and then Ben went pro too.
Yeah.
So it was tough. Like I loved it. Like to me, AAU basketball helped shape my game and shape who I was. Like we dominated in St. Louis. There was no competition. You know what I'm saying? We would get double teamed. Like you said, teams will hold the ball, but I still found ways to dominate. Like there was you couldn't really stop me. You know what I'm saying? But when you're on the circuit where everybody's good, like, okay, it's like, okay, now you got to see, they lace your shoes up just like you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got to test your mic.
You feel me? They from the gutter just like you, just like you are from another city. So what we doing tonight? And so I feel like that really shaped who I am. Like, and plus our organization in itself, like rest in peace, Rich Gray, our founder, like he molded us, you know what I'm saying? He molded us as men, challenged us in all ways. And then on the court,
what was your team? What team? What was you, the Eagles?
St. Louis Eagles, yeah.
Okay.
Long history of ballers. Eagles. Shout out to the Eagles.
Don't worry about that.
Long history of ballers.
We handed them, you know what I'm talking about? We did that a few times back in the day, I'm familiar with the Eagles,
Let's talk about like just the honors you got, the honors of coming out of high school, like McDonald's All-American and stuff like that. I know how it was for me, and me and Q talk about all the time. That was one, like that's the next step. Them the guys we seen before us take that next step, so you're going in the right path. How was it for you to get honored to be, top graders in the country in high school?
It was a blessing, man, because I wasn't always a high-ranked kid. Like I had to grind that out to earn that and deserve all of that. And my senior year, I was Gatorade National Player of the Year. I made the McDonald's game. And so you knew once you make the McDonald's game, you was like, okay, you solidified. Like it's on. You know what I'm saying? Like now your opportunity.
It's up to you to trick it off or to make it happen.
Exactly. Like now it's like you can go that way or go the other way. Like it's the ball's in your court. So, just seeing the long rap sheet of St. Louis guys that made it, that was always motivational. My brother didn't make it, and so that was motivational for me to make it, have somebody in our family be able to make the game. And that was dope. I ended up making that game, Jordan Brand game, played USA basketball 2 years when I was 16 and 17, won 2 gold medals, was the MVP as the 17s. So I had a hell of a high school career, man. Like I enjoyed every bit of it, and all the accolades that came along with it was. I wouldn't have imagined I would have won them, to be quite honest with you.
Could it have been anybody else than Florida? Because I got a crazy Florida story. When I was getting recruited by Florida, and Billy Donovan, he was like, "Yeah, you're gonna come up in here and like, yeah, you're gonna play behind Mike Miller." I was like, "What?" Like play behind Mike Miller. And two teams did me that way. Like Tubby Smith did me that in Kentucky. Like, yeah, you gonna come in here and you gonna play behind Tayshaun Prince.
And I'm like, what?
Little,
I'm like, he ain't gonna give me no chance or nothing like that. I ain't really feel that. Like, I felt that it was gonna be a conflict right off the bat. I was like, yeah, I'm off you. Because one of the guys from East St. Louis played for Billy Donovan, and he was telling Billy about me. So Billy started recruiting me. So, you know, we had the conversation. I finally had the conversation. He hit me with that. It's just like, man, you gonna put me on the bench for a shooter?
I gotta respect that gangster though for being real like that. Tubby and Billy, you know that you was the type of recruit they tell what you want to hear.
Nah, he ain't really about telling me what you hear. He be like, man, look, you coming in here, you know, your spot, Mike Miller in your spot, you gonna have to compete for it. I felt that. Like, oh shit, okay, yeah, let's go. But the whole thing was like, nah, ain't even no question that you got an opportunity to do that. Like, it's like,
you put it right here behind you.
They talking about me. I'm finna go to the league, and you telling me this? I ain't understand that.
I'm coach when I see him on that one. Oh,
but could it have been anybody else than Florida?
Yes, it could have been a couple. I was really torn with schools, man. Like I got another story for you. So my signing day, I wake up in the morning. So my top 5 were Florida, Kansas, Duke, Ohio State, and Illinois. Right? I loved Illinois because Bruce Weber was there.
Yeah.
Thad Matta was at Ohio State. They had I think they just won a national championship probably the year before. Obviously Duke, Kansas, and I love Florida, right? Because they just won back-to-back not too long ago.
Yeah.
So that morning, in my head, I know I'm going to Florida because of what Q said. Q, you said he keep it real. And that's how he always been with me. He said, when you come down here, I'm not guaranteeing you're going to start. I'm not guaranteeing you're going to play a lot. I'm not guaranteeing you're going to get a lot of shots. He said, but you will work hard every day. You will get better and you will become a man. And I said, I can rock with that. And there was already 5 guards there. 5 guards. And people looking at me like I'm crazy, right? It was 3 upperclassmen, 2 transfers. And then one guy was my age. We had 6, right? And so literally that morning, I told my mom, I said, I'm going to Kansas.
the morning of the signing day.
Morning of signing day, I tell my mom I'm going to Kansas because she went to every last one of my games, never missed a game, high school, AAU, nothing. Kansas is right down the road, 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't going to Mizzou, I wasn't going to SLU, right? And so Kansas was the biggest school right down the street. I tell her that morning, I said, I'm going to Kansas. She jumped for joy. Okay, I knew it. I knew you was going there. Mm-hmm. I get on that stand. I look at them hats. I picked up the Florida hat. When I say she walked out and didn't speak to me for weeks.
She wanted to go to Kansas bad.
Bad.
And then you told her, you gave her the knife to the
you broke her heart. No, you didn't even have to say
it. It might have been a little different. You woke up that morning and said, yeah, Mom, I think I'm going to go to Florida. But you hit her with the can. She all dancing all day like, hey.
Yeah, but right in the back, man. Right. So, but I knew that if I went to Kansas, I would have been babied. I knew she would have been there all the time. I knew I would have wanted to come home. It would have been easy for me to come home.
So was it when you was up there in that moment, like did you go through the whole day like in preparation, like Kansas, then you just got up in there and it was just like on your heart?
No, so when I told her that because she kept asking me, and I kept telling her, like, I don't know.
So you said what made her feel good.
Right, so I just told her,
you know how we is, mama boys. We gonna say what make mama feel good.
Just want to make her feel good, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm going to Kansas, mom.
Yeah, my mama, you know
get out my let me breathe a little bit. I gotta go to school. She pressing me before I go to school. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah, my mama was like, nah, you got to get up out of here. You can't go nowhere around here. You can't go nowhere in Missouri, nowhere in Illinois. You got to get completely away from here. And that took St. Louis, because I like St. Louis U, but yeah, where else I didn't. But I just seen Larry come through and murder the scene. Like watching Larry do what he did, it was just crazy. I'm talking about scoring 50s in college and 40s in college. Like guys wasn't doing that.
Hooping.
No. Larry was different.
For a fact.
He put St. Louis U on the map.
What was your draft process like? Like I know draft was big for us. What was that when you decided to go out and after your first year and you just going to the draft and shaking Davis? Well, you didn't have David Stern. You had Adam Silver.
No, I had David Stern.
So you caught David Stern.
Still, okay. I came in with I came in with some OGs still.
But shaking David Stern ain't something you seeing every year. You seeing the process of all the rest of the guys before you go through. And, this is the path. So how was the draft for you?
It was, I would say embrace it. Embrace is going to be my favorite word I'm going to use. And that's been my favorite word that I've learned to like apply to my life. Embrace every step, embrace every moment. You know what I'm saying? So with the draft process, I didn't decide up until the last day on the deadline day, right? I was a nerd. I love school, right? I had a 4.0 in high school. I went to college and I studied biology pre-med, so I wanted to be a doctor, right? And I had a 3.8 in that. Mm-hmm. So on top of that, we made it to the Elite Eight that year, my freshman year. We were that close to making it to the Final Four and then the championship. Had a really good, everybody was coming back, maybe except two guys. So we were going to have a good team. And so I really contemplated that because I love to win. I wanted to win, right? Literally the last day, Coach Donovan looked at me. He said, I can't even let you stay he said, I stayed out of the process this long. I didn't sway you to stay. I didn't sway you to leave. He said, but I can't make a top 3 pick come back to school. Because I was projected top 3. And like a lot of people was like, damn, B, what did you even thinking about? Like, why is you even contemplating that? My mom literally said, she literally told me, she said, you going to the league. You're not going back to school.
My dudes had to step in on this one.
Hey, Q, she said, you going to the league. You're not going back to school. This is your dream. Why are you passing up your dream?
Yeah.
Right? She's like, the opportunity's in front of you. You embrace it. You take it. Right? And I said, I got you.
So tell me this: what was your pre-draft process like? Because was you one of the people since you was rated top 3 or whatever? You just went to dinners, or that you actually had to go work out for teams?
So I actually worked out. I did all the skill stuff. I did the meetings.
Meetings don't count. That's like a dinner. You and D Miles only did dinners. He only did a couple, 2, 3 workouts for real. Everything else, he was just walking around.
I worked out,
showing up places like what's happening.
My year, we didn't have. I don't think we had pickup. We weren't playing live. I think they cut the live out my year.
What?
A lot of guys were doing shooting drills and stuff.
So y'all weren't working out against other players and nothing like that.
Oh yeah, so you might well have meetings and stuff too. That was if all you could do. That's like a stage rehearsal.
You worked out against other guys when you had the individual workouts for the teams. So like I only had 3 workouts. So I worked out for Cleveland, Charlotte, and Washington.
So you knew Washington was gonna pick you?
That's the wildest story, right? And so draft night, which is the biggest blessing ever. So draft night is my birthday. I turned 19.
Oh, now that's crazy. Has anybody ever been? They had a draft night as a birthday.
Huh? It's the best birthday. We can't really talk about it. So I turned 19, and I'm sitting at the table, and my agent is literally saying it can be Washington or Cleveland, right? So it's 3 and 4. But Charlotte's sitting at 2. And Charlotte's thinking about trading their pick, right? And so literally my agent, he nudges me AD goes 1, right, to New Orleans. He nudges me and says, yeah, OKC is thinking about trading for number 2 to get you. Right? And so they were thinking about trading James to Washington for the number 2 pick and going, I said number 3 pick, and then picking me. And so I would have been with KD and Russ, and James would have been in Washington. And so I'm like, well, dang, how's that going to work? I didn't even work out for them. I ain't meet with them, none of that, right? Mm-hmm. So on top of that, they were saying Cleveland might trade up from 4 up to 2 to get you, to keep Washington from drafting you. Mm-hmm. And so sure enough, Charlotte doesn't trade the pick. They take Gilchrist, number 2. And so I knew for sure I was going 3 to Washington.
After you get to Washington, you look at the roster. Like you there, you look at the roster, and of course you see John Wall on that roster. Like, how was that to see somebody that you just seen come through college and see another dog, and the process of like, man, I'm finna prove myself and I'm finna get down. How was that coming into?
It was dope for me because I knew John from high school. So I had a previous relationship with him. So that made that transition easier for me.
So you knew it like, oh, we about to come in here and test some shit up in this backcourt.
Our game matched very well. Like he pushing, I'm just flying the lane, off the ball guard, ready to shoot. So, but the flip side of it, my rookie year, he was injured at the beginning of the year. Mm-hmm. We had him, Nene, Big Emeka Okafor. Those were our big vets.
Yeah.
And so they were all hurt. And so I'm literally thrown into the fire as a rookie. Mm-hmm. I have no idea what to do. I have no idea what's going on. I'm trying to learn all these new concepts, these new coverages, new terminology and all that. And the game is going 100 miles per hour. But they embrace words. So I had a great coach in Sam Cassell. He my OG to this day.
Man, 2-point geezers. 2-point geezers, that's what we call it. Yeah, Sam I am.
Sam is my man. So he was my OG vet. He was my coach. And he helped me along the way, man. I definitely credit him because it was a lot of long days, and he was in the gym with me, working me out, teaching me how to get to my spots, teaching me the game, showing me who to watch. Right. And so it was tough. It was a tough transition. I would say that because one, we were losing. We lost like the first 28 games or something like that, like something crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, man, I've never lost this many games in my life. I don't think.
Like, tell me how that was for you. Cause like a lot of people don't understand, like that's part of it when you that top 2 or 3 or 5 pick that you going to some trash on the team side. And then
the loser can mentally fuck you up. Like,
yeah, like you going from, like you said, you just went to the elite A, you done competed for championships in high school and all that. Now you done won gold medals. Now you come here and you saying you lost 28 straight.
You lose so many games, but I don't know if it was 28 straight, but it felt like it was 28 straight. Yeah. It was like, I want to say our record was like 5-30 at one time. It was something crazy. I'm just like, I've never been a part of something like this. Like, and like you said, like that's the only thing about being a top pick is you're gonna go to an unfortunate situation to where they rebuilding, they may not be that good, and you in that environment to where sometimes a team can get used to losing. And that is the worst shit ever.
Yes, it is.
You lace them up every night knowing that you're going to get your head beat in. Like, that is never fun because guys start losing interest. Guys don't care. Mm-hmm. Practices become whatever.
That's when the shit get in the game.
The whole vibe of everything. It just make you not even want to be there, make you not want to hoop. It question who you are. Like, you question yourself. Like, am I doing something wrong? Like, am I not good enough?
I got all the way to the mountaintop to do this. Like,
so it really challenged me. I feel like that might have challenged me more than anything, just dealing with losing.
Like talking to yourself, like, I'm not a loser. I ain't no fucking loser. I ain't no fucking loser.
I cried a few times. Like, I'm like, damn, because you look around the locker room, cats be laughing, cats will go out. And I'm like, damn, y'all don't care? Like, don't nobody care in here. And it's it'd be tough, man. Those were some rough times, man,
It was Paul Pierce came to y'all team, and y'all team that year when Paul Pierce came to y'all team, it felt like it kind of gave y'all a little spark to have a champion, a guy like Paul Pierce. What did Paul Pierce bring to y'all team that kind of helped y'all get over the hump a little bit?
It's crazy because I couldn't stand Paul before he got to our team. I couldn't stand him. Talking trash, talking crazy. But when he got there, I understood why he did what he did and who he was, right? Yeah. He riding with who he with. He riding with his team. And he kept that same mentality, first man in the gym, last one out at year 15, 16, whatever it was, he was with us. Like, to us, we like, that's crazy. Like, he's still in here doing his same spin move, step back, pump fake, workout routine regimen. Like, he's still doing the same thing. And so, like, to us, we like, that's a champion. Like, he been there, he's grinding it out, and he's still in the league. And he just fed that advice to us because John and I, we were young. We was trying to learn how to lead. Like,
how to be a pro, how to be a real pro.
How to be a true pro, right? You know, we can lead by example, but how do we do it vocally? Like, how do you pull a teammate to the side, correct them, you know, without cussing them out all the time?
Yeah, right.
Whatever the case may be. So, like, he was perfect for us. Like, he was perfect for us. And he carried us in the playoffs, made a game winner for us, kept us alive in the series, almost made the game winner in the next game for us. It was dope, man. I'm happy I got to play with a Hall of Famer, man. Like, you don't get them opportunities all the time. So I soaked in a lot from P.
Who instilled like the work ethic, like the off-season work ethic? Because I watch your game real closely because, you know, like I said, you from the crib, and I always try to make sure I'm paying attention to my guys. And I seen how your game evolved. I seen how some moves that you didn't do the previous year before, the next year you doing it dribble-wise. I see how your dribbling skills then got up to par, how you can go through screens, split screens, and do even more than what the basic you was doing when you was coming in. Who instilled the work ethic? Told you, like, get in that gym and get that shit done?
I always credit my parents. I always credit my parents for that. Like, my mom taught me how to hoop in high school growing up. I would say all the way up until my junior year, she was my workout coach until Drew Hanlon, who worked me out now. That's when we started working when I was a junior.
Right.
So up until then, my mom was the one, you know, I would have 30, have a great game, and literally she'll take me back to our home rec and say, no, we right back in the gym. And so, like, she pushed me beyond measure. Like, she pushed me to the limits I wanted to quit. Nobody's ever done that. She's the only person in my life that's really made me want to quit the game of basketball because of how hard she pushed me. Right. And so now here I am, 27 years old. Like, I understand that. I got 2 young boys now. And it's like, damn, I get why you pushed me the way I did. And to see my confidence now, and I feel like that's what I credit everything to now, D-Miles. Like, it's just my confidence. Like, I put in that work every single summer. I've been doing these moves in high school and trying to do them, you know, through college. You know, granted, your role, you have a role when you get to the league. Those opportunities don't always come. And so I credit Coach Brooks for this as well, because when he took over, he let me handle the ball a little bit more. He said, I want you to become more of a combo guard, point guard /2 versus a strictly off-ball guard. And so once he kind of gave me that green light, I was like, okay, well, you really got to tap into your handle. You got to really do it. And a lot of it is just trying shit. Like, I literally go out in the game and I'm like, I'm not going to know unless I do it. Right. And so I literally took, probably when Coach Brooks was our first year, that's when I really started, okay, I'm gonna just try it. Like, I would lose the ball sometime, I would maybe rip sometime, but I'm like, okay, that's what I need.
That's what I was gonna say, because I kind of feel like, would you agree with, like, part of your real ascension where you took off, it kind of happened by default when John got hurt, because he, just like you said, by just being able to be responsible for that much. It was like, before, when he there, you don't even gotta expand and do as much because y'all a dynamic duo and he doing this. But then, like, that's when I saw, like, because I remember, you know how it is, people be trying to compare players and compare players, and then it was like, you know, I was sitting there, I was like, damn, I can remember telling D Miles, telling Drew Good, and I'm like, man, I ain't no goddamn Red Beal had all this to him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to be able to, the way, like you said, your handle, the Bob, then just like, okay, no, I could go 40, 50s. Like, I was like, hold up. Like, I felt like once that happened, it was like, okay, now my running mate gone, so now I gotta assume his responsibility too. And it was just like you just morphed into this what
Took
you
it
are
ran
now.
with it.
Yeah.
And so that's exactly what happened. And it's as unfortunate as it was, like John had kind of like a 2-year spurt where he didn't play. Like, so he was hurt
exactly
2 years ago. And that was really the first time I had to crack the shell and be like, okay, well,
right.
now you got to handle the ball. You got to be more of a creator, learn how to read defenses, pass the ball out of it, you know what I'm saying, and create for yourself. And so that was another, role of adversity because I've never been in that role.
Right.
And two, it's like it was an adjustment because we weren't that good either without John. And so, you know what I'm saying, now a lot of the pressure is on you and you got to be able to go out there and try to figure it out and try to help your team win. And so that first year was a struggle, but then the second year, like I knew what to expect. I knew teams were going to double team me. I knew teams was going to trap me. I knew teams was going to have hands, put their best defender on me, deny me. I knew all that was coming. So I was a little bit more prepared. And it was just a matter of being more confident. Like I'm literally just going out there and trying stuff. Like be confident in your game, trust in the work ethic and all that. It's a Michael Jordan quote that I love. He always said, I don't fear nothing because I trust the work that I put in. Like if you trust whatever, the work that you put in the summer, you believe in it, you continue to master it, and you just go in the game with confidence, you're good.
And plus, I gotta feel like a part of you is like a kid in a candy store, like because all of us go through our career wanting to be the man, wanting to be asked to do this and asked to do that and get that responsibility. And then like here you are, you've been doing all of this and doing all that. And like you said, it's the worst case scenario because your boy John hurt, but at the same time, somewhere we true to this. This is what we do. Like a part of you is like relishing this, like, yeah. And then it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like you say, you going out there trying stuff. And like, once you start having success, I know that had to feel like, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like this me, I'm out here.
100%. And you got to show up because everybody want to be the man till it's time to be the man. Right.
Exactly.
And not everybody's built for it. Not everybody can handle the pressure that come with it. Like, win, lose, or draw is your fault.
Yeah.
Win, lose, or draw will be your fault. And that's something you got to learn. That's something you got to accept. Something you got to deal with the media. Something you got to deal with, do your teammates think that way? Like, it's a lot that you got to take to being a man. And so a lot of times, you get situations where you got young guys on your team who want to be that. And let's say you go down, I get hurt, now you got to be thrusted into that role and you struggling. You know what I'm saying? You see it ain't that easy to do. It ain't like I could just I snap my finger and I'm just out here just doing what I do. Like, no, this took time to build. This took time to really, perfect. And so.
Do that help you with your like game management? Because I watch you, I feel like you be game managing like a point guard now that you had a ball in your hand so much that like, all right, well, we playing this game. These guys went up 8. Let me come down and get a little more, or let me get these guys involved and so forth on. Did that help you out with your game management, just getting the ball as much as you?
For sure, like, because the game slowed down for me. Like, as you get older in the league, you become, everybody start running the same stuff. Everybody defenses become
same plays, all the same techniques.
Everybody taking from the other team. So you learn all of that stuff and it's just off tendencies. You play certain players so many times, how he defend. Like, I know he foul a lot. You know what I'm saying? So
he jumped too much. He always jumping.
He's a jumper. He's aggressive. So as I've grown in the league and constantly develop my game, like the game just slowed down, and so I'm able to just maybe not take possessions off, but take possessions where I'm just creating the passing or not necessarily being involved. And then I get mine. I run off 6 straight, 7 straight, 8 straight, whatever the case may be, and then get going that way. Like, I can always get going. I just need to see one go in. But it definitely helped slow the game down for me being able to, like you said, manage it a little bit.
How was it? This was big for the city. This was big for everybody back home to see you and Jason in the All-Star game together. Like, I was so proud of you boys, man, just to see you boys on TV representing, man. Like, how was that for you, man, to see the young fella with you and just see, like, we from the town, man, and we representing?
It's still surreal, man, because we got so much talent here, and I finally feel like we're being recognized for it, you know, and I feel like our young boys are taking advantage of their skill set and really, you know, perfecting their craft and trying to get here. And so I'm super proud of Jason because I've been knowing him since he was in diapers.
Yeah.
And so that's amazing to be able to see his journey, be a part of his journey. And to compete against them at this level, you know, we go at it when we play each other. But then to be on the same floor, on the same team as starters in the All-Star game, like that's the highest level of basketball.
Man.
And them stars among stars, you know what I'm saying? So that's the elite among an elite group. You know what I'm saying? I take pride in that. I don't take it for granted, bro.
Yeah.
You know where we're from, and it's hard to make it out, and it's hard to make it to where we at, and it's also hard to stay where we at. And to see us both doing it, sustaining it, you know, with good heads on our shoulders, man, that's dope.
Like you say, as starters too. Starters that's a bar. Like it ain't just like you just made it. I'm like, no, we up in here. We represent for real.
We here. You feel me? So that's.
Oh, they're gonna talk about that for hundreds of years, right there, man. That's a moment, man, for the guys to see, man. Me and Larry was talking about that, man, and that was just a proud moment from the ballers before and like the youth coming up to see that, man, to see y'all on top like that, doing that, like, especially from the crib. You know how it is around where we from, man. It's hard to hope for something. It's hard to dream for something when this is all you see every day.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I be telling folks like our news be like an action movie, and it's just the news.
Can you remember the first time when you made the Rising Stars All-Star game, like just knowing that you about to be a part of All-Star? Because I can remember, like, you know, we neither one of us got to make the real All-Star game, but I know we made the rookie game first couple of years, and just every time I got to go, whether it was for the 3-point contest, it was just always special because I know you only get that one first time. So, like, you know, you've been watching it all these years growing up on TV and stuff. How was it for you to be a part of your first All-Star weekend when you got there and, you know, you was in the rookie game?
Man, so the rookie game was dope. You know, you want to be amongst the best in your class. You don't want to be the best. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure you live up to the hype. You know,
word up.
So that was fun. And I was a shooter, so I protect in the 3-point contest. So I came in second. I'm so hot about that.
Hey, see, D-Mouse, you can't be part of this conversation right here. You just hold on. You hold on, like So, hey, let me ask you this though, because you know, part of the 3-point contest. The first one, because the first one I got in, I tricked off too. So look, tell me if this happened for you. You be all cool, you know, you do the little shoot around and all that, then you on the bench, you chilling, everybody shooting and shit. It's your time to go sit on that little block. Boy, it hits you, don't it? It's like, hold up, the whole damn world is watching me out here. It ain't nobody to mess up. It ain't nobody for me to score on. It's just me and nobody else in the world.
The sickest thought for me is when you starting in that corner, I'm like, just please don't hit the side of the backboard.
I shot an air ball my first shot, like, because I was trying to, like, look, the year I won, bro, the year I won on my final round when I won that, the first shot I shot was an air ball. Trying to be all, you know, you trying to, like, let's not go too fast, let's not be too hyped, let's be air ball. I said, damn.
That's exactly how it was. And then once you get out them nerves, you be solid. And then all of a sudden, man, you just get tired. That you looking at that clock. And you get the rushing. I'm like, oh man.
See, this is different between.
Forget about your form and everything. You just getting them up.
See, everything he just said, that none of that applies to me because you talking to a set shooter and you talking to a jump shooter right here. He is a legit, he like Ray Allen, he jumped. You know me, D-Man, I could damn near not even I could flat foot shoot that. I'm a tiptoe. That's how I look. Everybody know I'm gonna get through every rack with no problem. Am I gonna make them up? I'm not gonna not get them off, and I'm not gonna be tired. I get them off with so much ease. But it was like that was the whole part of that thing because that's the magic of the 3-point contest. Like you gotta hurry up, but you gotta take your time. You gotta be fast, but you gotta still go slow. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a crazy median, and you can't let yourself get hurried up inside.
Yep. Yeah. I told myself I'd do it again.
Yeah, man, you gotta go ahead and win one, man.
You gotta go get in there.
I gotta get one, man. I gotta get one.
That was one of my favorite feelings, though. Like I felt like when I got to be up there, like I just saw pictures of Craig Hodges, you feel me, and Reggie Miller them standing up on the stage like that. That was what, and I got to get up on stage with Cheryl Miller. She was the one presenting it, so I definitely was thinking about Reggie, and I was like, "Dog, this dope." Get my little moment to stand up here. I was like, "Yeah, that was dope."
Right.
Speaking of scoring title, let's speak about the scoring title. You having the opportunity to win the scoring title, you and Steph Curry. Like, how is it just being this moment, like the everyday going down the stretch of the season, y'all fighting to get in the playoff spots? Man, this is what real ballers live for. Like, how is it just being this moment right now?
I embrace it. It's tough because I try to ignore it, right? And it's tough to do because that's all people want to talk about. But it never was a goal of mine. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a scorer. I've always been a scorer. Mm-hmm. And so for me, it's just a matter of, can I be better than I was last year? Like, I compete against myself.
Yeah.
Like, there's nobody in the league that I'm competing against. All right. And that's my mindset. And the biggest thing is I haven't been in the playoffs in 3 years. Right. And so that's my ultimate goal. Right. And whatever it looked like, if I got to go get 60, I'm going to go get 60. Whatever for us to win. That's what I got to do.
Yeah.
But to be a part of history, man, and to be in this race with Steph is crazy because he's playing at an unbelievable level. Like, I was playing good all year, and I felt like
I was on through. You can cruise
out through here, and then he come out of nowhere, foul.
He went crazy
and going crazy, and he's still going crazy. So it's been dope, man. Regardless of how the chips fall at the end, like, I ain't gonna be a sour patch. Like,
oh no, it's nothing to be sour about. Like, bro, you didn't put yourself in the school. Like, you walking bucket. Like, you feel me? Like, you just said whether you had to get 56. Like, please take me into the mindset of a 60 ball. Like, all right, cool. You start off, you kicking it, you cool. You got 15, you got 20, you got 30. Like, when you get 30, that's like, I'm going crazy. How do you take it from 30?
30 with another half to go.
To 50, to 60. Like, when you get in those, like, I'm talking about, I don't even know how I would know how to act. My career high is 44. And I was acting a damn donkey, boy. You talking about celebrating, boy. I was out there. I needed some extra celebrations, goddammit. I ain't have enough antics for that night. 60? Boy, y'all might, I don't know what I might do.
Man, you definitely, that basket look huge, you know that. But it was crazy. So before the Philly game, I feel like I played horrible. I think I had a horrible shooting night. And so I literally just went back and watched just some clips of earlier that year of good games. I always just try to fill my mind with positivity, right? So I look at stuff I do well, right? I know the stuff I do bad. I watch it. But I always just try to really outweigh with positive energy, right? And so just seeing the ball go in, just watching some clips, and then I go out and shoot around for the game, you feel good. But the biggest thing for me in those moments is stay aggressive. Because it's easy to be, okay, I got 30, I'm cool. No, keep going. Stay aggressive. Like, and it's not even about constantly scoring. It's about putting pressure on the defense. Keep pressure on them. Right. And the biggest thing for me is if I see one going in and I'm feeling good, I feel like there's nothing you can do with me. Like, I'm a 3-level scorer. I can shoot the 3. I can play in the mid-range, which I love. because a lot of teams want to give that up anyway. And so that's kind of something I catered and manipulated. Like, if y'all want to give it up, okay, I'm gonna just master this and perfect it, right? To the point where y'all gotta figure something out.
Little 2K lingo. D-Miles don't know nothing about that. 3-level scores and stuff. You know, he don't know nothing about that. Go ahead,
so,
carry on.
So if you don't want to respect, giving me a 3, I'll take the mid range. And then once I kill you there, you come up. Now I play into my hesitation. I get really into my package and I can finish at the rim. Right. And so at that point, I'm just staying aggressive at all times. Like, it doesn't matter who's in front of me. It don't matter if I have a pick. Like, any moment of space is going up.
Yeah.
Like, and for me, I think that game I had 27 at half. And then the first play of the second half, I got a wide ass open pick and roll 3, and that was 30 at the beginning of the third. So I'm like, okay, this is gonna be a special night. Right. And so I just kept it going. And then you just having fun. You just and that's when it just naturally just flow. Like, your opportunities come, and then the ball.
Bro, you hit 53 and 55 back-to-back days. Like, not, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that ain't been done since Kobe did it in like 07 or something. Like, bruh, like, what that feel like? Like, how, like, and then that you did, like, when they like, you know what I'm saying? Like, first you do that, you know what I'm saying? Then they tell you, like, man, ain't nobody did this since Kobe or something. Like what? Like, what that feel like?
So it was wild. So it was against Chicago 53, and then Milwaukee the next night I had 55.
See, you don't forget this type of shit. Do you see how you write your mental Rolodex? Yeah, go ahead.
This shit is stone in your head.
Talk your talk. Go ahead.
In Chicago, that was like one of the last games we needed to have, like, keep our playoff chances alive. You know what I'm saying? And I really just went out there and just tried to do all I could. And then once I seen the game pulling away, coach left me in. I'm like, I'm still gonna keep fighting. I had like 40 something. So I come down, I get a layup, I'm at 50, and I knew my career high was 52. So I'm like, okay, well, this game pretty much over. You can at least try to get a career high. And so I literally got a rebound, came down, pulled a 3, boom, 53. But we lost, and I was steaming. I mean, steaming, right? And so, because I know the next, I'm like, I got to do this again tomorrow night. Like, we playing Milwaukee. They the number 1 team in the East. So it's like, this is, they're going to defend you crazy. They ain't going to let you get nothing off. But I came out with the same mentality. First play of the game, made a little pick and roll jumper. I said, okay, I'm still hot from last night. I'm still hot. And sure enough, I just kept it rolling. We went down. I helped bring us back in the end. I think I had like 18 straight in the end. And we ended up coming up short in overtime. But I had 53 the night before when I knew that. So I'm like, I'll at least try to beat this when I had the opportunity to. And I got 55.
All of the stuff that you know what I'm saying, you played basically like your whole career up to this point with John Wall. Like, tell me, how was it for you when he, after going through all of the injuries and stuff, the team decides to move on for him? How was it for you when you found out about that? And you already talked about y'all relationship go back to high school and all of that. Like, how was that for you?
It was tough. Because up until the day it happened, like, we kind of communicated. He came by the house. We was getting ready for camp. It was a lot of like noise, and the rumors were out there about the trade. And so we just met up before camp and was trying to clear it up. You know what I'm saying? And next thing I know, boom, 24 hours later, the GM calls me. He's like, yeah, we're making this move. And it was like a situation kind of like out of my hands type thing. So it's like once it gets to that point, it's like you understand the business part of it. And that might have been like the biggest time I've seen it, because I've never seen a team move on from a franchise guy. Right. And so it definitely hit both of us, man. It was an emotional time for both of us. It was a tough transition for him. because he loved DC. This was like his second home.
Yeah, I mean, that's all he knew too as well for the whole time, his whole career.
This is all I know, right? And so it was tough. It was definitely tough. But, you know, on the flip side of it, we seen what we were getting in return and who, you know, and, you know, we just let the chips fall where they may. And, you know, it looked like it played out pretty good.
So now you playing with Mr. Triple-Double. Like, what have you learned from him by playing with Westbrook? And, like, what have you took from him by seeing how he worked? Because he's a unique player.
I would say it is crazy playing against him, right? Because you're playing against him, you see his numbers, and you see him from afar, right? You're like, man, ain't no way he doing this every night. You know, ain't no way he doing it. You know, he padding his stats. And then to see him do it on a nightly basis with you, like, it's crazy because you see him banged up, he injured, and he still go out there and he get it effectively. Like, they're effective triple doubles. Like, and that is mind-blowing. Like, because it's energy after energy. It's like, how do you do this every night? Like, you know it's gonna be nice, you don't feel it. You don't want to go out here. I don't feel like, you know, I ain't feeling it tonight. He channels himself to do it every single night. And I would say Darius, like, that's probably my biggest thing that I took from him. Like, his mentality and his approach to the game. Like, he know he a bad motherfucker when it comes to this game. Mm-hmm. Nothing nobody can tell him. There's nothing he feel like he got to prove. Right? Like, he doing what he know how to do. He doing what he blessed to do. And that's one thing he told me on day one. He always just keep telling me, keep going, B, keep going, keep going. There's more you can do. There's more you can tap into. And so, like, I channeled that. And I'm like, there is more you can do. There is, like, I can do this on a nightly basis. I can score 30 consistently. You can do this on a nightly basis. And I think that played into my confidence and just really just propelled me. So I definitely credit him for that.
The thing that's so impressive about the way he go about it, because like you said, you know, like all of us, you know, we play and, you know, you gotta find it every night and go out there. But, like, it ain't like he just drag his ass out there and hoop. Like, the level and the intensity that he exerts every single night is second to none. That's what makes it so impressive that he could keep doing that. Like, the only he reminds me of how, like, because I remember I used to look at KG like that, like, damn, so fucking crazy. Like, how do you be, like, that psyched out and that geeked up? Like, because, you know, that would happen for me every once in a while. And I can remember every time I have a day like that or a game like that where I really feel like I've maxed out, like, emotionally, intensity, and everything like they do, like, I was exhausted and shit. I was like, damn. I'm like, so when I really used to look at KG like that, like, how do you be locking in and being this intense the whole fucking, like, you gotta be drained at the end. This is every night after night after night after night. So, like, when I watch Russ go out there and do that, that's the thing that I look at and I'm most impressed by. Like, dog, if he playing, he only know one way to play. Ain't no half-assing it. This boy about to go through a wall.
In practice too, the same way.
Nah, see, I could not fight him in practice, dog. Hell no. all that intensity, looking at me, snarling and shit, and you playing hard. Like, nah, we gonna fight in practice, dog.
He going hard. Like, that's like you said, that's his motto. Like, he going hard at all times. Like, it ain't no half stepping, no half assing. Like, we getting to work. And he getting something productive out of being out here on this floor. Like, he know, it's crazy. Like, he know how many minutes he play. He know at the 6-minute mark, he coming out. He gonna play them 6 minutes hard as hell. And when he come out, he gonna be drenched, heavy breathing, because he played his tail off in his minutes. Whatever minutes he get, he gonna play them hard. That's his mindset.
When you came up in the NBA, who was the guys in the NBA you was looking at was like, man, I want to be like them guys?
So it's crazy. If I had a big machine of creative play I can put together, I always loved Kobe and Michael Jordan footwork. That's one thing I always watch. They pound pivots, spins, just their ability to be able to manipulate defenses with their feet, quick bursts, side steps, and all that. And then Ray Allen's shooting ability, like you say, he a jump shooter. My mom, she made me sit down and like I'm sitting right here and watch Ray Allen clips all day, watching his form, one hand, guide hand off the ball.
So that make perfect sense why you jump so damn high and you shots too.
Hey, she wanted my calves to be like Ray. She was like, "No, you
Jesus Shuttlesworth, man. You gotta look like Jesus."
Straight up, straight. He got gas. Like this is what you need to be. And so I love that. And then growing up, AI was my favorite player. I was a fanboy of AI, so I just loved everything he did. His heart of a champion. Then his killer crossover. And then as I got a little older, I started watching a lot more D Wade. Like in his ability to be able to slither through the defense. Like he wasn't always known to be a shooter. So he figured out ways to be able to get his points off and be able to use his body, post up, pump fakes, get in the lane, Euros, dunking on your head. Like he had it all. So I tried to put all of that in this big old blender.
His gumbo, huh? Black. Put it in his gumbo.
Steal something from everybody. You got to steal something from everybody.
Hey, D Wade, one of the coldest slashers this league never seen, boy. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie to you, Jack.
His ability to split a screen was crazy. I couldn't. I'm still trying to figure it out. Like he's sliding through one hand, still dribbling with that hand.
And his pullback crazy. Full speed pullback.
Yes.
Speaking of dunks, I've been seeing my boy dunking on folks these days, getting to that rim, dunking on folks. Which one is your favorite dunk on? Because I've been seeing you hollering and everything. That's how you represent. Speaking of dunk on, which was your favorite dunk on since you've been in the league? Who was that person you dunked on?
Oh. It's funny because I dunked on P. He ain't gonna remember, but I dunked on P. I dunked on Paul. But I would say when I dunked on Drummond last year.
I swear to goodness, I didn't want to call my big fella out.
I hope you said
it. I knew it was in my mind. I wasn't gonna call your name. I'm sorry, but it was, He called NASA. You left some earth on that one.
And my bounces, I got bounces. It come out every blue moon, and it was a blue moon that night.
Hey, boy, that was I was working that game. I wasn't working that game. I was working it turning. I was like, well, I gotta do this replay tonight. Oh man, yeah, that was a Lord have mercy.
Start, bench, cut.
Uh-oh.
You gotta start one. You gotta bench one.
You trying to get
you
in
gotta
trouble,
cut
man.
one. Man, this is gonna be Ray Allen.
Jesus.
AI.
Chuck.
And Kobe.
I knew he was about to say Kobe. Man, you tripping. You tripping, bro. You tripping. It's disrespectful.
You gotta start, you gotta bench, you gotta cut one. Which one?
I already know the order.
Come on, D. You gotta start Kobe.
Duh. And I know who.
I was randomly looking for somebody else to add. I couldn't.
You could have went some other ways.
You could have went a lot of other ways, man. Come on, you gonna make me do this?
Benching AI.
You don't gotta cut him. He just gonna go somewhere else and shine. You know, he ain't gonna be cut.
He's sending Ray Allen somewhere else to hoop.
Somewhere else to shine.
Ray Allen going to get buckets over there.
Man,
Where you going from Boston to Milwaukee? I mean, from Milwaukee to Boston. What's going on?
Man, you gonna make me do it. Well, Kobe gonna give us everything we need. So I would say I might need to shoot him. I might cut AI.
Oh.
That was big right there.
Hey, tell me this. Give me your Mount Rushmore from the Lou. Hoopers from the Lou. Since y'all got.
Well, we got four. I always say that's easy. If it's four, me, Jay, Larry, and D Miles. That's easy.
Okay.
I like that for now. I like that for.
That's easy.
Hey, this is what I gotta ask though, because you done made some hefty little deposits into the bank. So, we all come from pretty humble beginnings and things like that. But what I like to know from everybody, and I don't want to hear about none of that. I know you took care of Mom Deuce. Mom Deuce got a house and she's straight and all that. I want to know what Brad Beal did for him when he got that bag. Was it Maybach? Did you get a grill? Did you get a chain? What did you do? I'm talking about one of the most ignorant purchases, not like something that's like, I'm talking about something that was like, I'm stunned like my daddy. Like this when you thought you was going to the rap video set with this. What you did?
I bought a Ferrari.
Ooh, him and Jamal.
Rari boys.
Rari boys.
Rari boys,
man. Got them real horses. Which one you got?
I bought a 488 Spider.
Ooh, yeah, he want people to see him when he rolling through the.
I love cars. See, that's my only downfall. I love cars.
It's not a downfall when you make enough money to have that as a hobby. When you make enough money to have a hobby and that you can do that.
For sure. But yeah, I bought a Rory. I bought a house and I bought a Rory.
Hey man, I don't know. That's Maggette too. Maggette had that Rory before we knew what the hell was going on. Y'all boys and on Rory's, boy. Foreign.
When did you feel like on the NBA level you felt that you can be a top scorer in the league?
I would say my second year in the league. Like my first year was rough. I went through some tough patches, but I would say my second year we were a lot better. I had a better team. I had better opportunities. And then in the playoffs, it was my first time in the playoffs. And so that was like I feel like that propelled my game even more. The intensity of the atmosphere, the level of play you got to play at, the level of focus you need. Like, I feel like that forced me to play better, right? And I ended up averaging 24 my second year in the playoffs, right? And so I'm like, okay, well, you making a name, like you doing it. Like we made it to the second round, took them to 6 in the second round. So I'm like, okay, this ain't bad for your first go round in the offs. That ain't bad, right? And so we did it. I did it again the next year, the third year. Then we had some bad years, and then Coach Brooks came in. And then when Brooks came in, I really felt like that's when I took off. So I would say year 5, year 6. Right. And I'm in year 9 right now. So
that's when you got comfortable, like, yeah, I'm a scorer at a high level in this league.
Hey, tell me this though. You have been doing your thing for X amount of years. How did it feel when, I know it probably had to be, I don't know if it was your agent or whoever, when they called you and said, yo, Brand Jordan wants you to come on too? Like what that call felt like, because I know me and my dog here, we was under the sun. We was early. We was kind of some of the original gangsters. We was original gang members in this. But like I'm telling you, everybody know how that call feel. And then you go from the news that you about to be down to when you actually getting them first shipment. What was that like? I see you got the Paris on right now. You feel me? I know you
my babies got shoes. Like, yo, the old lady got shoes. Wifey got shoes. And mama got shoes.
And I'm talking about you a Midwest kid, so you already know what that means to us. It means that Midwest, the Jordan brand hit different in Chicago and that Midwest than anywhere else in the country, in my opinion. So just share with me and everybody else like your feelings on when all of those things transpired to like now you know what I'm saying, you fully in the brand. I seen you with the Travis Scott fit on the other night, swagging on, you feel me? Like how that feel? What that be like?
It's unreal, right? So I've been with Nike all my life, since I was in high school. My mama got a Nike tattoo on her leg. That's how much we love Nike.
Yeah.
We love Nike. So this was the last year of my deal, and Nike's like, well, Jumpman is very interested in you, right? And I'm like, oh, me?
Maybe talking to me.
I'm about to say, hey man, Mike don't like nobody. Like, so Mike ain't just fond of anybody. So
yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, if he's signing off on it, then it's got to be something special. So, man, from the presentation to, interacting with him and then meeting meeting the guys, like it's unreal, dog. Like I got too many boxes. Like wifey cuts me out because there's too many boxes.
Hey, listen. Well, we all got the same lifestyle, brother. Look, wifey don't want to see none of this stuff come. We be smiling, she be looking sideways. Where that's gonna go? You ain't got no room for it.
Pressure, nonstop pressure coming through. So I love it, man. Like they treat you like family. It's been all love. Like this is my first year, so.
Yeah, you got to get on that. Like, I see you came in while COVID going. Once COVID over, you're going to really see what the family be like. We have a family reunion every summer where it been, man, we done been in Dominican Republic. No, I'm sorry. We've been, what is it? Cabo, Mexico, Bahamas. They went to Paris the 1 year. Man, listen. And I'm talking about when I say it be like that, bro. It'd be all Jordan brand, from the baseball to the football guys. Like it'd be everybody.
You say once you with Jordan, you like a special union. You like an elite group. You know,
it's elite. Yeah,
like, you're elite group when you with Jordan, man.
Hey, that's how we felt when we got signed. We felt like we was like the elite. The little elite squadron of the Navy SEALs or something. We thought we was a special force. We was special tactical force. We come out there. It's only 8 of us, boy.
Man, listen, it ain't that many of us, man.
Hey.
It ain't that many.
How is it coaching your AAU team, man? Coaching the youth and coaching the guys that's coming on up. And I seen one of the clips, man, where
you got
just
real
spoke
with
to
them.
him and you just told him just the real. That's a lot of people won't tell them. They babying a lot of cats these days and already putting them in the form of like they in the league, but you keeping it real with them, especially coming from where we from. Like, how is it to coach?
So, like when I mentioned earlier, our founder, Rich Gray, when he passed away, I actually took over the team in 2017. So I renamed it Brad Beal Elite. And like I said earlier, like I feel like that's what helped propel my career, like AAU basketball. Mm-hmm. And so when I grew up, like I didn't have, like granted, we didn't have big like NBA guys around us or big college guys around us. We didn't have that. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, well, you know what? I'm gonna do that. Like our kids need that. Like there's so much that, teaching them the game the right way, because once I got to college and then came back, I'm like, what are y'all being taught? Like, what are we learning? Like, what are we teaching them? And right. So then when I got to the league, I'm like, you learn so much and you learn how the game is played. And it's like, this is the highest level. This is how the game is going to be played. Right. And then you see how it's compared to college. College is so robotic, so system oriented. Like the league is free flowing, individualized, learning how to play and pick and roll. It's reads, right? It's straight reactionary. So I'm like, that's how the game needs to be played. And I'm like, let me share that with them. Right. And so I embrace coaching them. Like, and in a way, it's me trying to figure out what it is that I want to do when I'm done hooping, right? I'm just trying to figure out, okay, do I want to coach? Do I want to be involved in sports, whatever the case may be? Do I want to coach my sons one day? Mm-hmm. But the ultimate thing for me is helping these kids get to college.
Free education, damn right.
Free education, and for everybody to have an opportunity, right? And so if I can be that guy that the kids listen to, because they'll listen to us. Right, we'll come in there and tell them the same exact thing that their coaches have been telling them all.
True story.
But we'll come in there and tell them the same thing, and boom, they'll go do it.
Yeah.
Right? And so for me, it was just, how it's a time management thing, obviously, because they season ramps up right at the end of our season. And if you're in the playoffs, you miss a lot of their games. Mm-hmm. And so for me, it's just trying to figure out time management, being around them. I stay engaged with them. They got my contact info, social media, whatever the case may be. Like, I just try to be a big brother mentor on top of being a coach and pushing them too, right? Relationship with college coaches, pushing the college coaches, pushing their relationships there, recruiting wise, helping them, helping the parents. Like, I really try to dive into that and try to be a big brother mentor. And I try to encourage all the guys that came from the crib to do the same thing, because there's so much talent that needs the guidance, right? Not everybody
and football wise too, because we got the football players coming out the loo too.
Nah, I gotta like, definitely, salute you on that, bro. Especially, you're a superstar in the NBA right now. You know what I'm saying? Like currently playing all-star and all of that. So for you to be taking time out of your personal life and really showing up, because like I say, you know, it's nothing for us to like have an AAU team or to sponsor something or to throw money at something or to just, you know, do for something. And I'm not saying that's bad, but I'm saying like the fact that you actually show up and you put your time in and you are there to speak to them and you are there to do all of those things you just named, like that goes beyond. I mean, we all know the impact, you know what I'm saying? Like, just think if any of us could have had a Bradley Beal type stature NBA figure coaching us and talking to us, and we could text him and ask him questions and do things like that and be there for him, like that there is more, you know what I'm saying, it's bigger than the money you put up for him and everything. Like being able to be there physically and showing them kids that you give a damn, you know what I'm saying? Because they, you know what I'm saying, you could be in Dubai somewhere or be somewhere stunning or just enjoying life. Like you there physically putting in that time and pouring into them, like that means, like, if they don't understand it like that is bigger than anything. Like really being there, to me, that's bigger than money and any of that.
Yeah, and I emphasize that. I let their ass know I could be anywhere in the world besides here with y'all.
You should, because that's true.
And watching y'all stink this joint up. But I definitely take pride in it because they do understand that. You know, they understand that I can do anything I want. I don't have to be here. I could be doing anything. I could be living my life, the life that they wish they could be living, right? That they want to live. And so for me, it's getting them to understand that it's steps. It's steps. And you can't skip no steps because a lot of these kids think they pros in high school and they not.
They not.
You gotta reel them back in and you got to humble them and you got to really build them up and to show them this is how to be a proper pro. This is how you be a pro. All this, you telling yourself, you saying you won, you not.
Yeah.
I feel like you was bred for this, bro. Like you was the middle child of 4 brothers. Like, what the hell was that? Like, how much competition and just like learning from one another, and then you got 2 above you to learn from, 2 below you to pour into. So you was getting it. Like, how was that for you? Did that? I feel like that kind of shaped the impact of everything, like how you are.
You're 100% right. Like I credit my family is my support system. That's my foundation. Like we like this. Like when you ask me who my friends are, I'm gonna say my 4 brothers and one of my best friends from the.
You don't need no friends. You got that many brothers.
Y'all a gang, the Beal gang.
Yeah, so I try to tell my kids that right now. Hey, man, you got too many brothers and sisters to be needing friends.
That's what my mom told us. So that was us. And me being the middle child, like you said, I got to see my 2 older brothers go through everything. You know, I got to see them, what their success looked like, what their failures look like, what to do, what not to do. And I'm a quiet, reserved guy, and I observe everything, and I'm like a sponge. Like, that's how I am. Like, I'm soaking up information. I'm watching. People watch. I see how you act. I see what you do. Like, I read. And then I had 2 younger brothers that they're twins. And so they did everything together. And so for me, it was competition with the older brothers. And then I got competition with my younger brothers. And so it was never ending for me. And I went from the role of learning how to do it, how not to do it, into the role of being a big brother, trying to show my younger brothers of how to do it the proper way. So it definitely helped shape who I am and how I operate and why I do what I do. Like, because being in that middle child, you see and you observe and you want to help. And it like forces you. Like, that's been my life. Like, I made it to the league. Now I want to give back. Like, that's just been, it's just been a transition of mine.
That's why you're going to keep on blessing you, bro. That's how you supposed to do it. Supposed to give back and move in the right angle and just, try to spread love. Like, anytime I was trying to give advice, anytime to the kids and just do other things to just help out,
Speaking of that, like how you give back and everything, talk to me about how much the DC and that community means to you, because you're somebody who's been, incredibly loyal to the Wizards and the organization and that community, and you've been outspoken about how you wanted to be there and you remain there, throughout whatever has been going on, and you always, like, throughout everything that's been going on, you've spoken out on social justice things. You've been in the community, holding events, giving back, feeding people that need that type of help. Talk to me about, how you feel about, your ties to the community there in DC and the things that you do. I mean, as well as St. Louis, because you do a great deal there too. But just both. Just first that community, that commitment to DC that you have in that relationship?
Yeah, so DC is my second home. This is, like I said, this is all I know. They embraced me since day one, and they continue to do so too, like even up to this point. And it's everything to love, man. Like they love you. It's a true sport town. You know what I'm saying? So, they root for you, and, they get down and they get mad just as much as you do, and you love that, you know what I'm saying? So it's been nothing but love. And then to embrace the city that we in and the community we in. Like, our practice facility is literally in the hood, right? And so I'm seeing our people every day, right? I'm interacting with, I'm going to the gas station or the store or whatever, and people look at me like I'm crazy, like, what you doing over here? But I grew up in this too.
Right.
Like, we over here, we practice right here. Like, just trying to create that bond, and like, I'm still a brother. Like, I'm still.
Yeah, you're a real one.
Got people in this situation. I still, you know what I'm saying, I understand the struggle. And that's what, I try to give back as much as I can. Like, I mentor a high school there, like similar to a school that I went to, like similar to Chaminade, right? So I went to an all-white school. This is an all-black school, but it's a private boys' school, just like I went to. But they're publicly funded. They don't have to pay a dime to go to school.
That's
right?
dope.
I didn't have that option, right? My school's $18,000 a year, and I had to be smart to get an academic scholarship to be able to pay for my school. Mm-hmm. So now I'm just trying to mentor these kids and just tell them, like, y'all have a prime opportunity with the academic advantage that you don't have to pay for, right? You're in a college prep school, getting this advanced education that the rest of these public schools in DC don't get, right? So taking advantage of them opportunities, providing scholarships for kids, like you said, having food drives, whatever the case may be. Like, I embrace the city, like, because they embrace me. So it's been nothing but love, and I'm gonna continue to do so. They always open. They always welcome me with open arms, no matter what. So they always got my love.
How was it for you and the Tasha Cloud to get out there with the people and, march and do all that with the people of DC and just show the support with social justice, using your platform, your likeness to show that you have support?
So Natasha and I, it was crazy. It was more or less her idea, right? So she does a lot of work back in Philly in her hometown with everything that was going on up there and with marches, and like she was in the mix, right? And so she's like, well, we're in DC, right? Like, we're in the most powerful city in the world. Like, we right here in their backyard. Like, we gotta do something. And we like, okay. She's like, let's march. And I'm like, okay, I'm with it. I'm all for it. I've never done it before, but this is a great opportunity to be able to get out there and speak in front of the people, let them know that we are citizens. We hoop, but we still citizens. We pay taxes just like y'all. You know what I'm saying? We wake up, we still human beings. I go outside, I'm a citizen just like y'all. So it was dope, man, to be able to get out there and stand for something and to represent something. For me, it was understanding, like, we were pushing voting rights, especially with all the police brutality and everything that had just happened. Like, it made me understand what my grandparents had went through. It made me understand, my great-grandparents and how they didn't have the right to vote. It forced me to want to vote this year, and just little stuff like that. But that marching itself was huge for us because I feel like it brought our organization together, and it opened up a lot of people's eyes, who didn't look like us, like white people, right? So it opened up a lot of eyes to uncomfortable conversations, to, people kind of being ignorant to, their racism. And it created some uncomfortable joints, but they were necessary, and within the organization, outside the organization, like it really hit home for a lot of people. We got participation out of everybody in our organization. So that spoke volumes.
I think more NBA guys should do this. But how was it to be at the WNBA championships and supporting the Mystics when they won the championship? I seen a couple of you guys there and supported them, and they won the championship. How was that to see the women do that and pull that off for DC?
Well, it was dope, and we jealous because we ain't got one. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm living vicariously through them in that moment. But it was dope, man, because they got their own arena. You know, they got their own, you know, set up now. They're not in our shadows. We share a practice facility, so like they have their own identity. And the year before, they had just lost in the finals. And they came back hungry, and you can see it, you know, throughout the whole year. And then to be able to sit there and see them win on DC floor was crazy. Like, it was motivational for us. Like, Deladon just finished off with 50, 40, 90. Like, you don't see that. Like, that was historical. So, like, that was fire, man. And witness that firsthand, like, to see them celebrate and get that trophy, man. Like, it was motivational. You know what I'm saying?
It was dope for you to be out there, man. I think it's important, you know, for all of the NBA guys. Like I saw, you know, Chris Paul and everybody is supporting, wearing the sweaters, buying the jerseys and all that stuff. I think it's imperative, you know, for guys like yourself and everybody like us to support them publicly and really promote and help them, you know, grow that game and make it what it's supposed to be for them.
Man, these women got game.
So much of it. Me and D Miles, look, people be thinking we lying. Me and D Miles been women basketball fans, girl basketball fans. We not like part of this new movement where everybody like we've been doing this like since we were in high school.
I used to practice with the team and go to the games.
Like for real, like this, we not new to this at all.
Like I've always had a relationship with our team. Like I feel like it's dope. Like we share the same facility, we crossing paths, like working out, sharing the weight room, training room. Like it's dope.
Yeah.
Like, and so I definitely encourage I feel like every team owner need to have a WNBA team.
They go to the same Hall of Fame. It ain't no different Hall of Fame. They go in the same Hall of Fame. So you're right.
Might as well expand the league and put
they need some more teams. Need more money, like because to see, like we were just talking about earlier about the girls that got cut. Like how? Like, you know, and then it's like all the comments like it need more teams. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this a whole team that got released today. It's a whole team.
144.
Yeah, like
144.
Straight up. Crazy. All right, man. That's been a wrap, man. This was too dope, man. We appreciate you pulling up on us and chopping it up with us, Beal, man. This was love. Much love, fam.
Man, it's always a pleasure, man. I had fun. I appreciate y'all boys.
Man. Yes, sir.